Hello everyone, Daria here, and welcome to episode 88 of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Since everybody's going crazy about this coronavirus, I guess it's the best time to make a short episode about it. I have simply taken a news article and here I'm going to read it in slow Russian and translate it to English and explain some interesting vocabulary. So, let's begin. В России зарегистрировано 114 случаев заражения новым коронавирусом, сообщила вице-премьер Татьяна Голикова. 10 человек заболели уже в стране после контакта с приезжими, добавила она. В Российской Федерации на текущий момент зарегистрировано 114 заболевших в 26 регионах страны. Из них пятеро уже выздоровели и выписаны. 109 человек находятся в стационаре. У 106 из них заболевание протекает в легкой форме, без каких-либо симптомов, рассказала Голикова на совещании президента с членами правительства. В оперативном штабе уточнили, что новые случаи зафиксированы в 15 регионах. Под медицинским наблюдением остаются более 16 тысяч человек, которые прибыли из стран с неблагополучной ситуацией. Okay, now it's time to translate it sentence by sentence. In Russia, 114 cases of infection with the new coronavirus were registered, said Deputy Prime Minister Татьяна Голикова. В России зарегистрировано 114 случаев заражения новым коронавирусом, сообщила вице-премьер Татьяна Голикова. So the verb to register in Russian is регистрировать, регистрировать. And passive voice were registered sounds like зарегистрировано, зарегистрировано. 114 cases, 114 случаев. But I guess you understand that the number is so small only because in Russia nobody cares too much to check people and to do those tests. Millions of people travel around Europe and they go back and they don't go to any hospitals. And I guess there are thousands and thousands of infected people there. But of course, the official number is super small, so everybody's making fun of Russia again. If you look at the map of that coronavirus, and everywhere it's red, all those red dots, and just in Russia, the sacred place, everything is white. No infected people. This is ridiculous. But anyway, how to pronounce this virus in Russian? Coronavirus. So pay attention to the vowel reduction rule. It's not corona, it's coronavirus. Coronavirus. Infection in Russian is заражение, and to get infected is заразиться. For example, I got a flu from somebody. Я заразилась гриппом. Flu in Russian is грипп, double p in the ending. Грипп, grip. Okay, the next sentence. 10 people fell ill in the country after contact with visitors, she added. 10 человек заболели уже в стране после контакта с приезжими, добавила она. So, 10 человек, 10 people. The word человек, don't be confused here, because человек is a man in nominative case, один человек. But also, with numerals, it gets plural. 10 человек means 10 people. And it's funny that simply to say people, you cannot say человеки. You should say люди. So Russian is very tricky. Anyways, 10 people got infected after contact with those who came from Europe. С приезжими. This word comes from a verb приезжать, to come, to arrive. Приезжать and приезжий. Приезжий. Somebody who arrived from somewhere. This word is very popular in Moscow because people who were born in Moscow, they hate those who come there. All those Russian hillbillies, including myself, of course. So that's why they always use this word приезжий. So a lot of provincial people in Moscow. В Москве много приезжих. And usually it's a negative connotation. And what's the ending of the sentence? It's she added. So try to expand your speech. You see, most foreign students only know the verb говорить. Она говорит or она сказала. Try to find synonyms like in the first sentence. Она сообщила. It's the same, she said, but it's сообщила. Also here, you don't say she said again. You say she added. Она добавила. Okay, the next sentence. There is a quote. In the Russian Federation, 114 cases are currently registered in 26 regions of the country. Great way to practice some numbers here. В Российской Федерации, in the Russian Federation. В Российской Федерации на текущий момент. Great way in official articles to replace the word now. Сейчас. So you could simply say в России сейчас, meaning in Russia now. But here you see how they make it sound cool. В Российской Федерации на текущий момент. But it simply means now. 114 cases are currently registered. Зарегистрировано 114 заболевших. So again, it's from the verb заболеть, to become sick, to become ill. Заболеть. So the noun is заболевший, somebody who got some disease. Заболевший. And they are in 26 regions of the country. В 26 регионах страны. So it's prepositional case. Remember that with the preposition в, which means in something, we use prepositional. В 26 регионах страны. Of these, 5 have recovered and were discharged. Из них 5 уже выздоровели и выписаны. So, 5 means 5 people. It is interesting that with people and with animals, we use this form. Двое, трое, четверо, пятеро, and so on. 5 brothers would be пятеро братьев. However, 5 pencils can't be пятеро карандашей. It should be 5 карандашей. So only with people and animals. Двое, трое. For example, 2 friends. Двое друзей. So here, 5 people already recovered. Уже выздоровели. To recover is выздоравливать, long verb. Comes from the word здоровье, health. Literally means to become healthy again. Выздоравливать. By the way, it's difficult to listen to it, so you can always look at the show notes. The full text is there. The next sentence. 109 people are in the hospital. 106 of them have a mild illness without any symptoms. 109 человек находятся в стационаре. У 106 из них заболевание протекает в легкой форме, без каких-либо симптомов. Long sentence. So again, 109 человек, 109 people. Pay attention again, 109 человек. Remember? Люди and 109 человек. They are in a hospital. В стационаре. So in Russian we do have the word госпиталь, больница. But if you say в стационаре, it means that they are actually staying there. They're laying on their beds, they go through different procedures. So if you say that somebody is simply at a hospital, в больнице, it doesn't mean that they're staying there. You can go there, have a checkup, and go back. But if you say в стационаре, it means you are there for some time. У 106 из них, 106 of them, have a mild illness without any symptoms. Заболевание протекает в легкой форме. So literally means that illness goes in a very light form. Протекает в легкой форме. Без симптомов. Without symptoms. So that was a quote Голикова told the president and other government officials at a recent meeting. Рассказала Голикова на совещании президента с членами правительства. So the meeting is совещание. Совещание. I hope you don't need to translate the word президент, kind of obvious, президент, and the government in Russian is правительство. For example, the Russian government. Российское правительство, the American government. Американское правительство. And the government official, the members of the government, they are члены правительства. The operational headquarters clarified that new cases have been recorded in 15 regions. В оперативном штабе уточнили, что новые случаи зафиксированы в 15 регионах. Clarify in Russian is уточнять. So it means giving more specific details. Уточнять. More than 16,000 people who came from countries with unfavorable situations remain under medical supervision. Под медицинским наблюдением, under medical supervision, под медицинским наблюдением остаются более 16 тысяч человек. More than 16,000 people stay under medical supervision. And those are the people who came from the countries with bad situation. Которые прибыли means arrived, прибыть. Again, expand your vocabulary. Приехать, прибыть, прибыть. Прибыли из стран с неблагополучной ситуацией. Неблагополучный means bad, unfavorable. Неблагополучный. And again, it's so not true. Just the other day, my brother told me that about a week ago at his fitness club, there was a lady who was giggling and telling it in a funny way how she just came back from Italy and she was able to go through all the quarantines and didn't care. So, ha ha ha. And she just keeps going to work and so on. So just imagine in multi-million cities in Russia, it's insane. People go into the subway. They get crowded everywhere. Moscow is like really, really huge. And these official numbers, they're just... I have no words, honestly. I have no words. Russia has always been like that. They always hide everything. They never tell the truth. And it's so obvious to everyone, but nobody can do anything about that. So, yeah, that's the text from the news. And let me read it again, this time faster. If you need the text, look at the show notes. В России зарегистрировано 114 случаев заражения новым коронавирусом, сообщила вице-премьер Татьяна Голикова. 10 человек заболели уже в стране после контакта с приезжими, добавила она. В Российской Федерации на текущий момент зарегистрировано 114 заболевших в 26 регионах страны. Из них 5 уже выздоровели и выписаны. 109 человек находятся в стационаре. У 106 из них заболевание протекает в легкой форме без каких-либо симптомов, рассказала Голикова на совещании президента с членами правительства. В оперативном штабе уточнили, что новые случаи зафиксированы в 15 регионах. Под медицинским наблюдением остаются более 16 тысяч человек, которые прибыли из стран с неблагополучной ситуацией. Okay, that's it, and it would be a great exercise if you just go to the show notes and read this text yourself. Also, if you like my podcast and these lessons, you have several options how to get additional materials. You can go to my website, the link will be in the show notes. And you can join my membership program for 6 months. It's $15 per month. You get additional lessons. And also you can download PDFs and MP3s of my podcast, again, on my website, just for something like $18. You get all the texts and MP3s. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next episode of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Bye-bye!